TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community, and Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call taking my community back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're going to do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're going to bridge that gap because we're going to get out of here. We're going to shake hands. We're going to find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck, and our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome to Talk Show Divas. How y'all doing today?
Hello.
I know y'all at home. So listen, y'all, we are streaming live at TV 1061 in Douglasville, Georgia, and we are excited to have a great show for you. But before we do, we want to shout out to Felix Washington, who is our executive producer. We also want to shout out to Shantae Barksdale. She is our actual social media marketing. Thank you, Shantae.
Yes.
Thank you, Felix. We love you, Felix. Thank you for the opportunity. And then today, I want to first start off with and we want to acknowledge our other divas who's not available today, but they will be back soon. So you guys keep them in prayers and know that everything is working out great and amazing for those amazing women. And today we have a special guest. So tell them about yourself, darling.
Hello. My name is LaTanya. I am so excited to be here today. It's a beautiful day.
Yes.
And I just feel great things are going to come from today, from this experience. I'm so happy to be here. I have the pleasure, and that is a sarcastic statement. No, I have the pleasure right now of being a government employee.
Oh, okay. Okay, no wonder it was sarcastic.
But I very, very much, I have a lot of talents, a lot of wonderful gifts that the good Lord has blessed me with. So I do plan to use those and do some other things, explore some other things further down the road. But right now, today, I'm excited just to be here, to be taking advantage of this opportunity, and to be in the position that I'm currently in.
Congratulations.
So thank you very much.
Thank you for being here, and I hope you have an amazing time with Talk Show Diva today, okay?
Thank you.
And then, of course, our sister over here to my left.
Hello, ladies. Sassy V in the building. Venus, how y'all doing on this Sunday?
Yes, and of course, you know me, I'm Rose Sasha Offord, the owner of Rich Misses, but an amazing opportunity to be here at Talk Show Divas. So we're going to get right into it, guys. The first topic, y'all.
Yes.
Mr. Harvey Weinstein. So, Mr. Weinstein, darlings, he got 23 years.
Yes.
He's saying that the men are not being treated fairly, and he's upset about what he did in his past. Who wants to start off first and talk about their feelings of Mr. Weinstein, and I'll come next.
Well, I'll start.
Okay.
I feel like it's a revolving door when you do things like this and got away for it for so long. He got away with it for so long. They went after Bill Cosby. They went after R. Kelly. So it's like, it's his time. And people feel like they're privileged to do certain things, and you're not privileged, because no matter who it is, it doesn't make it right.
Yep.
It doesn't make it right. And he feels like that, he's being scrutinized, and he should. He should, because when are you going to take ownership of what you've done?
Yep.
When are you going to take ownership of the lives you destroyed? When you're going to take ownership of just saying that you were wrong and you were in the wrong? And I think so many times people in power, people that are privileged with money, financially, they don't see the wrong.
No.
And, people say, oh, it's 23 years. And, it's like everybody wanted to give him a slap on the wrist, for the things that he did. But, 23 years, but look at the lives that, he has traumatized. Look at the the scrutiny he has brought upon amongst people, then look at the embarrassment on those women. Because think about it, if you had to get up there and testify, if you had to tell your story, and you had to face the person who attacked you, how do you feel?
Yeah,
you know, I don't feel any sorry, you know, I don't feel any shame, you know, towards him, because I feel like he's getting the slap on the wrist, because guess what? He's destroyed people's life.
I absolutely agree with
He's
that.
going to live his life, you know, throughout those 23 years, I have much time God gives him. But let's just stick to the facts, you know what I'm saying? When they pronounced the sentence, you know, the victims, they were just denounced, and you know what I'm saying, people was just demanding that, you know, indefinite punishment for him. And, you know, people think, you know, oh, it's just so harsh, it's so harsh. But as the sentence follows, you know, a sexual act in the first degree, sentenced to 20 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? And how many sexual acts did he perform?
Right.
So
I
what's your
agree with
thoughts on
you.
it, Dee?
I agree with you, absolutely. I think that there's too many people out here that just think that money and it just buys them power, it buys them privilege, and that they should be able to escape from responsibility for things. And that those days are over. Those days are over. I am really, I was really put off by, I mean, I know he's older and he's now sickly and all this kind of stuff, but I'm so sorry, but you wanting sympathy or wanting me to do that for you, where was the sympathy for these women? You know, you didn't
because
show
when
them any kind of sympathy
when he
or
made the
concern when all
statement
this
that
stuff was
he
going
may
on.
not
So-
never see his kids again, so what think about other people like that you
Exactly,
destroyed?
exactly.
You didn't think about the havoc that you were causing at the time.
You know, it's kind of crazy to me because my thing about it, and I'm very shocked, to be honest, that he got prosecuted, because I didn't think he would. With Bill Cosby and now R. Kelly, I knew that they were going to have to get R. Kelly, because it's been like, everybody been knowing since Aaliyah that R. Kelly been up to something. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But with the Bill Cosby situation, the way that they treated him, Harvey is the only one that's around his same age. You see what I'm saying? And it really shocked me that they did it because, like you said, the privilege. I really was thinking, you know, he gonna get away. He's gonna be able to say, you know, well, just give me a slap on the wrist or something like that. I was thinking, and girl,
I'm thinking about with sex trafficking being such a major attention across the United States right now, they can't take these cases lightly.
Oh.
Because how can you let somebody else who you got tons and tons and tons of evidence on walk away, then you go pick up the next person
And
for
also,
almost doing this exact same thing.
not only that though, remember the movie Bombshell?
Yeah.
It was the story of what happened. It's so many women in that Me Too world that now feel like at least their story is told.
Right.
And you know, I even created a company because of that, because it was women that were getting used up. And I was like, Lord, what am I doing? But so I just think that it's beautiful that, you know, and I'm sorry, sir, that you were in jail, but, you know, you did some things, you know. But you know what I want to laugh about? So when I was talking to y'all, I made a mistake and touched my nose.
Oh, no.
Let's go here. Let's
Spray
go
it down.
here.
Spray it down.
Spray me, give us the Lysol. Jesus,
Spray it
where's
down.
the
And your
Lysol?
face mask.
Okay, and the face mask. So y'all, we're going to talk about the controversial, coronavirus.
Yes.
Let's talk about that, ladies.
Yes.
Come
Talk
on,
about
get
it
a
some
facts.
more, some
Let's
more,
give
some
some facts,
more.
and then we'll go into it a little bit more.
Well, so the really interesting, we know that, you know, obviously it's a big deal right now.
Right.
I think I checked the numbers the other day. CDC, bless their heart, they keep an updated list every day of what current statistics are for it. So I know that as of Friday, they update it through the week. As of Friday, there were just over 1,600 cases in the U.S. There have been 41 deaths, and they published, of course, a lot of facts about what we can do to prevent spreading it, prevent, you know, getting it ourselves, things like that. And what's funny to me is all the myths that are out here about it. Every day I'm hearing something. If you know, gargle salt water or chew garlic or something about, you know, what you can do to prevent yourself from catching it. And I'm just, you know, I'm going to stick to the facts. I'm a facts person. I'm not going to hold my breath for 10 seconds to see if, no, I'm not going to try to self-diagnose. What we know works is washing our hands, We know that doing sound practices ourselves, if you cough or sneeze, you know to do that in your arm, or do it in a napkin, a tissue, something, throw it away. We know not to expose ourselves. If you're not feeling good, if you have a fever or you're coughing or whatever, you don't feel good, don't go around other people. And we know also to avoid people who are not feeling well.
Yeah.
So we just need to stick to the basics. We need to stick to the facts, not worry about what everyone else is telling you. Turn around 3 times, clap your hands, you get it. We're not doing that. We're sticking to the facts.
What about you, baby sis?
Okay?
What you thinking, girl?
Well, I look at it like this. I mean, to me, coronavirus is nothing new. It's just another strain of pneumonia, flu-like symptoms. So we're going to emphasize on something that has killed, a couple of hundred people. We're getting in the thousands, but the flu kills 7,000 to 8,000 people yearly.
Hello, somebody.
So we're not going to emphasize on washing our hands when it's cold and flu season. And then I just feel like this. Coronavirus came out of nowhere. Exactly out of nowhere. It came right out of Wu China. It came out of nowhere, and it came at an election year.
There you
It's
go.
always a distraction.
She worked for the government. She worked for the government.
I think it was one of those things that was brewed. It was brewed up.
Okay.
And it was tested, and it got out of hand.
And it got out of hand.
I don't think it was even initially supposed to make it into the United States. I think it was a lab procedure that got loose. And it was one of those things, like I said, it was premeditated. And that's my belief, not saying it's a fact, but that's how I feel about it. But I feel like we're going to emphasize on something that just blew up out of nowhere. Then we've had flu, we've had pneumonia, we've had all kind of cough and cold, sinus infections. Now we got to stay in the house because it's coronavirus. Come on, y'all, come on.
I'm going to tell you something, y'all. Like, when I first heard it, because y'all know me, every song in the beginning when we was talking about it before, I was like, pray over yourself, pray over your household, and keep it moving. What I don't like, and this is just the honest to God truth, I don't like that everywhere I go, it's on my phone, it's on my Facebook, it's on this, it's on that. I don't like, it's almost like they're trying to brainwash me to, to be aware of this and that and the third. And so for me, that bothers me. So this is what I want to give to you guys before I go to break. During this time, however long it's going to be, I want you guys to focus on your businesses if you have businesses. Focus on your talents if you have talents. Work on your books, honey. Don't get caught up in that TV. Don't get caught up in that internet. Don't get caught up in worrying and allowing yourself to have a frequency of negativity. Build your immune system, honey. Get you some sea moss, some black seed oil, and keep it moving. And then trust God, trust the process, and move forward. And of course, be educated or what have you, and do the best you can. But y'all, stay positive. We got through slavery. We can do this.
It's a common sense thing. Like, you gotta wash your hands. You gotta be proactive in taking care of yourself. First thing first is personal hygiene. So that's something you should be doing on a daily basis. As a grown up, you should be teaching that to your kids. Nobody have to tell y'all that. But we gotta go. We gotta go to break. We gotta pay some bills, and we'll be back.
We'll be back
share the
soon,
live.
y'all.
See y'all in a few minutes.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc., reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives. Well beyond.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Welcome back. Hey. We are Talk Show Divas here in Douglasville, Georgia at TV station 1061. And we want to actually give a shout out to Etchison Builders as well as to Burke's Jewelers, our sponsors. We are really excited about them being our sponsors. And guys, don't forget, if you would like to be our sponsors and you want to advertise on Talk Show Divas, let us know, hit us up, and we will absolutely give you shouts out as well as allow you an opportunity to come and tell us about your products or service. Now, we're going to get right back into our topics. And LaTanya, even though we went to... You had something to say about Mr. Harvey Weinstein.
Just one more little place that I really needed to go.
Okay.
So during his sentencing, he gave, I believe it was like 20-minute long little sermon before he was sentenced. And he made a lot of comments in that statement that rubbed me the wrong way. But one of them for sure, his exact quote, he says, "You know, dealing with the thousands of men and women who are losing due process, I'm worried about this country in a sense too." So he is complaining about due process and basically saying that he was denied it, that he did not have it. And if there is one thing that he cannot talk to me about, it's due process.
What does due process mean?
Well, first, let's talk about that, because if he's referring to, it's stated a couple times in the amendment. So in the Fifth Amendment, it's talking about like, there has to be a grand jury indictment for your case to be pursued. You don't have to be forced to testify. So we're talking about those kind of elements. Well, he definitely had all those things. Nobody forced him to testify. He didn't have double jeopardy. He didn't have any of those things. So I'm assuming by that comment he's referring to the 14th Amendment where it's mentioned, and that's more talking about equal protection under the law.
Equal protection. Wait a minute. So
No,
here's
sir.
the deal.
Yeah.
Let me say this to you.
No, sir.
He want equal protection under the law. But let's talk about Nathaniel Woods.
Precisely.
Did he get equal protection under the law? This man was prosecuted. Not only prosecuted, but he was killed. Executed for a murder that was proven that he did not commit. The governor decided, he did this in 2004, y'all. The governor, when she was asked to do a stay, she said no. Because she felt even though he didn't actually commit the crime, he didn't stop it either. Now, this due process that you just told us about, that's not due process.
No.
He didn't do a crime. You're supposed to be executed for a crime. His actual person that did commit the murders of 3 police officers is still alive. Venus.
This is one that hit home for me because, the neighboring state of Alabama is where my roots is. And this is something that is mind-boggling because you have so many people, they have to put it on somebody. That's the way I feel. Clemency is not always a fair thing. And I feel like it's given to who they particularly want to give it to. So with his situation, he did admit his involvement in the crime. He did admit to selling drugs. But where do you add up selling drugs to murder?
Execution.
To execution. So my thing is this, I'm going to read you a brief little clip from what, I always like to get to the facts on something this serious. So it said, "Our loved ones took his last breath while upholding the law to make Birmingham a safer place." This is what the family of the officer said. "Rhonda Hemble is the sister of Harley Chisholm, was one of the officers that was there, you know, for the execution. She was there because her brother was killed. So Carrie Spencer, who was actually the shooter, was the gunman in the case, is still alive. And so my thing is this, with the whole thing of the evidence, Wood's family, lawyers, they were all trying to present evidence. They had, I mean, it was really an open shut case that he did not commit the crime. And, you know, he charged, I feel like this, charge him with what he did do, with his part. You know, if it was manslaughter of a second degree, but I find it really hard when you charge a person, you know, I feel like a life for a life is what the situation was, what it boiled down here. You know, they had to get a life for a life. Anytime it's a person at law enforcement, it's a person, you know, high up pole, we already know it's never going to be a good outcome for the person who's accused. It's not going to be a good outcome. So in the statement Thursday night, Alabama Governor Kay Ivey, who denied appeals for clemency, she said to the House, and the two individuals have been executed in Alabama since 1983 for being accomplice to capital murder. He was an accomplice. After, though, careful consideration of the facts surrounding the case, the initial jury decision, that many legal challenges and reviews, I concluded that the state of Alabama should carry out Mr. Wood's lawfully imposed sentence the evening the statement was said. So even after the evidence was presented, they still said, this is what we're going to do.
Now, you know we talking about your government, girl.
So we're talking about they were the judge, the jury, even with the evidence.
Let's let her stand for her piece.
Yeah. But the trial was in 2005.
Yeah.
Prosecutors argued that Woods had conspired with Spencer to kill. He was accountable for the behavior of another person.
Thank you, Mama.
I cannot be accountable for what you
nobody
decided to do.
Exactly. Exactly.
So where in the law that you have rights?
That you, exactly. But that's what he was talking about with
Equal
the due process.
protection under the law.
So, and so
it's not equal.
And it's not working.
It's not equal.
But it's not, I'm not feeling no empathy for Harvey Weinstein that it's not working. It's not working for thousands of people. A lot of black men it's not working for, but we're not, Harvey Weinstein can't talk to me about that.
So now tell us about...
The Central Park Five can talk to me about that. Khalif Browder can talk to me about that, but he cannot talk to me about that.
So would you, you know, I know, I'm not trying to really make it seem like you the government, but you know, you are the government. But seriously, what do you feel about situations where she actually spoke about it, the governor, the law, and everything did not work?
Well, and see, that's the main scope of all of this. You know, I was reading a study the other day, I think it was the Vera Institute, and they did this whole study on the disparities in how black men are treated, well, black people, because it also talked about women, but how we're treated in the law. And there's so many players involved in the disparate treatment. It's everybody from police officers to judges to prosecutors to jury. It's everybody. Government officials, it's everybody. So the responsibility when we see things like this happening, it falls amongst, it's spread very wide. And we have to start looking at ourselves as a people and saying, okay, what can I do? What can we do to deal with this? Because we're not the governor. We couldn't have made the decision to afford him clemency. We weren't the arresting officers. We weren't in any of those positions. But we can be in those positions. We have the power of vote. We have the power of our spending. We do have power in these situations, and we need to exercise that power in every possible way. You know, when I made the decision to go to school and be a social worker, I certainly didn't do it because I thought I was going to get rich. But I did it because I wanted to help people who needed the help. I wanted to advocate for people who were going to have difficulties advocating for themselves. Well, that's what we're talking about right here. We need to be the police officers. If we know that's the problem, we need to do that.
You know, it's interesting. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. The 13th Amendment, which is supposed to be where it freed the slaves. But that 13th Amendment states clearly you're free unless you're a criminal. And there is a show on Netflix called The 13th. If y'all haven't watched it, watch it. The reason being is because what happened was they created a movie called, I think it was Birth of a Nation. That Birth of a Nation movie depicted the Uncle Toms as criminals, getting ready to hurt white women. And from that point forward, they started arresting all of the former slaves who had nowhere to go. You know they had nowhere to go, and made them criminals and had them doing the same crimes. And then you'll see that from there on, then they started bringing up black men are criminals, black men are drug dealers, black men are this, black men are that. And then that widespread that you're talking about, that's years. It was nothing but a transfer. So a lot of us were not aware of that. And that's what I want to bring to you guys' attention. You guys talk to your children, talk to your young men, let them understand that this is a system, and they're going now from prison being the next thing to being probation. You guys got to get it. There's a movie called, what was it, Just Cause, with Jamie Foxx, where the gentleman, there's out of every 10 people who is on the death row, 6 of them are innocent. 6. So guys, I need y'all to get more aware of what's so, and do like she said, let's start taking the vote. Let's start doing what we need to do, but start first at home. Getting those babies to understand we don't need you caught up in the jails.
Well, my thing is this, it's never, you can't understand unless you are a black man. We shouldn't have to prepare our children how to drive because they're black. I shouldn't have to prepare my son what to say, or my nephew what to say because he's black. It's a stigmatism, it's a stereotype put on black people. Let's not forget that. So no matter what goes on, we already have a strike against us because of the color of our skin. And this has been going on for time and time and time. But the thing is this, you got to make wise decisions. Because if you don't make the right decision, the government going to make the decision for you. So even though all these tons of evidence, even the senator who represents the state, the Democrat that was representing the state, everybody knew it was wrong, but they still carried out capital punishment. That was their ultimate decision. And so this is the thing about it. It's no rule book to being black. It's no rule book to being black. And what people got to understand, you got to educate yourself. The most intimidating thing to be a black person is to be educated. You got to stay in school. You got to be the business owner instead of working for the businessman. You got to know the law instead of running against the law. See, to be educated is to be intimidated. And that's what people don't understand. So people have missed a whole mark about this whole situation. At the end of the day, we executed an innocent man. With evidence that he was not the killer, but because he was guilty by association, or we had to get somebody else. See, one thing about the criminal system, it costs money to retry a case. So instead of us retrying this case, instead of us getting this other person in court, we don't want to spend all this money. We already got Nathaniel Woods locked up, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to fry this fish now. Why it's out on the line.
You know, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say this part that I think. And I did not want to bring back up the coronavirus, but I got to at this point because there's some misinformation even about that. It's possible that that is not what's really going on, that it's actually 5G. You know, the 5G technology? That technology actually can affect our bodies and our immune system, and they're pushing it. And it's a great possibility that's what's going on, and it happened in China first because they got the technology first, and they don't want to blame it on the technology. Now, I'm saying that, and the way I'm bringing it all together is knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. If the government, if our people don't be wise enough to understand that they might be trying to execute martial law, doing different things like that.
It's definitely,
you see what I'm saying? Because all of this, I need us as people. Y'all, while they're shut down, we shut up. We do what we need to do. We build our communities. People like you, thank you. You went to school to get what's so that you can help your community. Y'all, let's start doing it. Like she said, educate. Because we gotta stop marching and stop begging for permission like a woman that's been beat for our white situation to give us another chance. We're amazing people.
But see, my issue with black people that are educated, see, the thing about education, if you're not passing it on and you're not sharing the knowledge, you're not helping. You're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. So we got so many people that's educated. We got so many people who's privileged who have made it from one situation to the next, who's not doing anything on a level where they can change the difference in their community. Because the thing about it, once you make it to a certain level, the common sense thing to do is to change the environment, to break the cycle. So we're seeing a lot of people, we're going in different directions, but we're not going back and grasping to where the problem or the root started at, which starts in our community, starts in our churches. Like, we don't go to church anymore. Church is a thing of the past now. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a time you didn't do nothing on Sunday. You went to church, you ate Sunday dinner. You know what I'm saying? You don't even see that. You don't even see that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I think it goes all the way back. When you take religion out of everything, and not trying to make this a religion or politics or battle, but when you take God out of everything, you're going to expect to fail. You're going to expect to fail because he give us all these things. He planned all these things on earth for us. He give us all of this ability to accomplish so much. But when we accomplish it, we want to sit on it. We want to hold it. We don't want to tell nobody because we're scared the next person going to grow. That's not how it's supposed to be.
What's your take on it, baby?
I agree with that, but what I want to say about that too is that in the effort to better yourself and your community, to me it comes down to one thing also, and what that is a sacrifice. You have to be willing to set aside some things in the pursuit of other things. I love being a social worker, but I was just joking. But I'm not going to get rich doing that job. I'm not going to be riding around in a fancy car or living in a house in the hills doing that job. But that was my sacrifice because that's what I believe I needed to do. And it's also my gift. It's what I believe I was put here to do. So we may have to give a little bit to get what we want, but ultimately if it betters my community, if it betters the children that are growing up in my community, I'm going to do that. Just Cause is a great example of that because here is a man who is Harvard educated.
Yes.
He could have gone anywhere and done anything, but he chose to leave Harvard and go into a community where he was treated horribly because he was a black man who was young and educated and wanted to challenge a system that was operating against him. He was humiliated, put through all kinds of things trying to defend people who had no one trying to defend him.
And he defended all different races.
Look how many lives. Look how many lives
what
that
is it,
he saved because it's over 100 lives that he saved because he didn't want Harvard dollars. He didn't want Harvard money. He wanted to have an impact. So he was willing to sacrifice that kind of lifestyle, that kind of income, and all that comes with it. He was willing to sacrifice himself, having to go into a prison to visit somebody and being strip searched.
Yeah, they strip searched
something that
him.
they don't do under any circumstances for
a lawyer.
But strip searched him. He was willing to sacrifice a lot for the betterment of his people and his community. And sometimes we're going to have to do that. So I just say, you got to be willing to do that. And I see what you're saying. A lot of us, unfortunately, are not willing to do that and not willing to make some sacrifices just to help somebody else out. We tend to, we get something and start holding on to it for dear life.
Exactly.
Because you really feel like.
Part of it may be out of fear.
Yeah.
Part of it maybe is out of greed. But for whatever the reason, your point is the same. It helps nobody.
It helps nobody.
Yeah, and you guys, I apologize. We got to go to break right now. This is really great. I want to thank both of y'all for y'all comments because they were very spirited and on point. And I asked the community, chime in, let us know when we come back. We want to hear what you guys got to say about this topic, and then we'll go to the next one. We're going to take a break now.
Hi, I'm Michael Cowell, your funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party! All right, see y'all later.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com. And we thank you for your time.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Hey everybody, welcome back. We want to thank you guys for actually watching Talk Show Diva.
Yes.
We want to shout out again to Burke's Jewelry as well as Eckerston Builders. Thank you so much for working with us. And we want to shout out to Felix Washington, who is our executive producer.
Yes.
Thank you, Felix, out here at TV station 1061 out here in Douglasville, Georgia. Guys, I asked you guys to comment, and what I have here is Doc Moore. He said, while I agree that we shouldn't have to act a certain way, reality shows us that we have to, and that's not a guarantee we won't be killed.
Sad but true.
It's sad but true, yeah.
Sad but true.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to shout out to my team. I love y'all. Lord of Mercy, one of the entertainers. Thank you for watching. Miracle Scott down in Middle Georgia. Thank you for watching. Laquita Brown, Atlanta. Thank you for watching. And all the way up north, my girl, Susan Margaret. I she's not going to be here this month. In Toronto, thank you for watching. Adrian Baker in Mobile, Alabama. She said the sad part that POTUS is not capable of handling the situation. Is it me, or these are the things that we were practicing as children? This is a political stunt, is what she's saying. Adrian Baker in Mobile, Alabama, thank you so much for chiming in. Marquita Harris in Montgomery, Alabama, thank you for chiming in. And our Talk Show Diva, Kat Davis, wishing you the best. Get well. Mahogany Blue, not absent today, but thank you here in spirit.
Yes.
But yes, y'all, it's so much now. It is so much. You know, we have it's a gain and it's a loss with a lot of things that we have now.
Yeah.
You know, social media is a gain because it allows us to express ourselves and to get information at a rapid speed.
You know,
we get the wrong information
at the rapid speed. Actually, you know what? That brings us right to our next topic.
Yes.
So let's talk about Miss Nicki Minaj and her husband not registering as a sex offender, y'all. Now, first of all, I want to shout out to Nicki. Nicki, I know you're not watching, but I want to say this to you. I felt like Nicki got her a husband because Cardi B got her one and found her a love, and did what's his name, had his business all over TV. We know she was with him for a long time, and then he got married. And Nicki just really had to grab her husband because she wanted to have a baby, and she just grabbed somebody that she was familiar with, and maybe felt the clock was ticking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I just want to say, come on, babies. If you meant to be with somebody, choose more wisely. I know that he a friend, but this ain't good for her brand. And that's my question to you ladies. I feel it's not good for her brand, but I'm going to start with you. Tell me what you feel.
You know, I'm definitely the wrong person to ask about that because I just don't really know. I'm not a follower of Nicki Minaj, so I'm not really sure how strong her brand was to begin with before this, because I know she was, what I understand is she was kind of tapering away. I do. But I believe she was kind of tapering away from some of this stuff because of her relationship or whatnot. So I don't know. I can honestly say this. I don't know how it could not have a negative impact on her brand, but I can't tell you for a fact that it does. What I can definitely say is I just feel bad for her being in this circumstance because it's so public. And I don't care who you are. I understand that, you know, when you become a star and you become a big name, you almost have to just expect that these kinds of things are going to happen. But it's just very hard to have your private life be a spectacle. And I've been in a position somewhat like that, not nearly to her degree, thank God. But I just know, I do feel for her in her circumstance. And I hope that she's dealing with it well. Whatever reason she chose to get married, she chose to get married. But I just hope that she's dealing with it well. I hope that she's okay. There. Because it's not easy.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. When you sign up for All Fair and Love and Hip Hop, baby, it's no private business. I'm sorry. Because guess what? You put it out there. You know, when y'all looking for love in all the wrong places.
Come on, Venus.
And that's just what it was. I feel like it was a disaster. She should have waited a little bit longer. I don't feel like she have met her soulmate, but you know, Nikki, if this is what you want, you go right ahead. When y'all was pulling all the tea out about K. Michelle, her butt implants, about the guy who married Toya, who was a woman beater, and y'all wanted K. Michelle to shut up. You know, y'all put all her tea out there. Y'all put all Cardi B tea out there about her being an exotic entertainer before she was rapping, and her situation where her husband was, you know, unfortunate with infidelity. Y'all put all Cardi B business out there, and her and her husband still going strong. Waka Flocka and his wife Tammy got their show, The Flockers. You know, came to TV near you.
Can I ask you
this?
So
we definitely got to put it out there.
This is a question because one of my friends, like, okay, so I was one of them runaway brides. Okay, I got engaged 3 times, and I got the wedding dress one time, even the bridesmaids, everything. But I didn't get married because, you know I shared before what happened with me. I was molested, and so I didn't trust nobody with my children. Yes. Well, one of my friends told me, she said, you're going to have to just understand that men ain't going to be perfect. They're going to have something wrong. They might beat, they might be infidelity, they might, have this past. She said, but if you really want a husband, you have to settle a little bit or know how much you can take or where your butt is. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel that that's true? Because both of y'all have been married.
It's
different
you are
for
married.
Me. Or
no, I was married.
So
it's different for me.
Do you mind if I let her? Because
it's different for me. So
all right.
Yeah.
Oh no. So like you said, I was married. I was married for a long time. I'm now back in this like dating world, which is not fun at all. But I was literally told that as well from other black women.
Yeah, see.
That said, you have a lot of education, you have a really good job, you have a lot of things going for you. It's going to be hard for you to find somebody that matches your level. So you're going to have to come down a little bit if you want to meet someone. And so the struggle has been real because I'm not willing to come down. And especially because, I'm sorry, I get that you're married and you'd like to have a side chick, but it ain't gonna be me. And I'm not gonna do it, and I'm certainly not gonna do it and be happy like some of the people that have approached me want me to be. Like they literally expect me to be happy about being a side chick.
Are you
please
serious?
Sign up. Yeah, no.
Please say, please sign up.
Not happening. So I don't believe in that. But however, like I said, the struggle is real because when you know what you want and you have a set of expectations and a set of demands, and I'm going to say demands because they are, just like you said, they're your deal breakers.
Yeah, they're my deal breakers.
Yeah, of course, people are going to have faults. He may not have the prettiest toes. He can't cook. Of course, there's going to be flaws in people. But what we're talking about here, I think, is a tad bit different. It's a tad bit different. But you still have to know. Yeah,
okay, so you tell me your thoughts.
Well, honey, this is the time of the broadcast where I need y'all to like Hello, share the live. And I'm gonna need y'all to tag a couple of sisters in here. Hello, because y'all know how I feel about this. I'm an artist when it comes to this woman thing, and I'm sensitive about mine. You know. So, let me sing it for you, Venice. It's a difference because I was raised by a man. Okay. So let me tell you something. My daddy always taught me that a man's supposed to protect and provide. And so guess what? And he got to respect you. But first of all, you got to give a man something to respect. When you set your standards with a man, it's not, if you're up on another level, baby, he got to level up. Oh. He got to level up. I'm like, sweetie, 8 figures, that's my type. That's my type. I'm not going to settle being a plus-size woman. I'm not going to settle being an educated woman. I'm not, because guess what? Those are the things that I manifested for myself. Right. That's what I worked hard for. You got so many women who are either paying all the bills, they're wearing the pants, they're wearing the dress, they're wearing the shoes, and they're wearing the high heels. That ain't the way it's supposed to go. Bacon, pan, everything. A relationship's supposed to be equally yoked. Equally yoked means he's got to bring something to the table besides some napkins. So if you settling as a female, you're never going to get what you truly want. You're never going to reach the level of happiness and what you want. You got so many women who have so much going for themselves. But when we look into a relationship, well, you know, he just loud and he ain't gonna change. Let me tell you something. A man will change for a woman that he loves. A lot of men don't change because they're not required. See, we don't put requirements on relationships. See, I treat relationships like tests. Okay. If I feel like the test is going left, I might have to get my calculator out. Oh. How many points do you get? How many points? I might have to divide some points. I might have to multiply. And I might have to take some away. Yes. Because what we ain't girl, come on, we're not going to settle. Teach us, sister. We're not going to settle. Okay. And that's the thing about black women. It's a stereotype. Oh, well, he might be abusive. Well, he might be an alcoholic. Well, he just smoke a little weed. Well, he just snort cocaine on the weekend. You ain't got to settle for that. We got to break the cycle. And the cycles have to be broken, starting with being a strong woman. Because one thing about me, like anybody I date, I require you to have some good credit. Because we ain't gonna put everything in my name. Yeah. Wait a minute, let me tell you something. And you are so right. We got to require more. And you know, require more. We got to require more. I ain't gonna tell no story. Like I feel good hearing this from both of y'all because I was thinking I was out here doing some things. Wow. You're not doing nothing wrong, but you know what we're doing? What? We're doing that old school. See, you know, that was back in the day when you broke up and everybody had a little get together. Y'all just need to get back together and work it out. You know, y'all got kids together. It don't work like that, honey. This is not the 60s. So don't blame Mr. Trump. No, honey. No, blame Mr. No, listen. Don't stop me, girl. Don't stop me. Cheating in the next room over here. All right, so I want to ask this question, y'all, and this is seriously. This from a sincere spot. Okay, it get lonely at night. Nikki probably got that's what I wanted to comment on. I wanted to comment on that. And sometimes you tired of that. You know, like, okay, so. But that's when we go back to rotational dating. Oh yeah, but okay. So my question was, it get lonely, and then I ain't gonna lie, I'm strong. And with me being strong, sometimes y'all, they take my strength and they don't like it. They're like, you know, you too strong. You don't need no man. You do everything for yourself. And, you know, it's a song by Jill Scott called I Need You. I love singing that song because she says she can pay her own light bill, you know, fix her own, you know, put her own stuff in her own car and all that. But she want to need him just to be there. And that's the part I think all of us, like, because we got some good men out here that's not raggedy. That's true. And the thing about it, women, the men that ain't your type might be the one that change your life. Because we all got that type. We all got that stereotype. That's probably not, I just look at him and say, I don't think he's Nicki Minaj type. I honestly don't. I think Nicki Minaj want her a thug. She want her another little Meek Mill going on with a little side, with a little spin off of Drake. Yeah. It's not your type. But you know, when you're thinking about somebody with charges, you got to think about if you're in the medical field, how I'm bring this drug dealer to the medical convention that, you know, he's been convicted of selling cocaine. First thing, everybody looking at you like, she over there stealing the pills, taking them home. You know, you got to level up in your life. When you're building a brand, you're building rich misses.
Yes.
You can't bring nobody into rich misses and take them into the bank and they done been to jail for fraud.
Girl, no ma'am.
Because they looking at you on a whole nother level.
And then they're gonna think it's some ghetto and some mess, and then
exactly. So we definitely got to
level up.
Protect and level up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And get the whole story. You got to get to know people. I think as women, where we fail at, we fall in love with the sex. We fall in love with the look. We fall in love with all these things that look good.
Homework.
We don't do our homework. So you didn't fall in love with him, because if you would have fell in love with him, you would have knew he was angry in the morning. He wasn't a morning person. So he getting up slapping the hell out you because you bring a pancake.
No, she didn't.
No. So you know we got to fall in love.
No, she bringing pancakes.
With the future. You know
Venus is on fire today, everybody, and I just want to acknowledge that. I'm loving you, baby.
You is still
warm in here.
Okay, we about to go to. Dang, we gotta go to break.
We gotta go to break. Like and share.
Yeah, just like and share. Come back.
We got some more tea.
We got some more tea. Okay, bye.
Because that's the thing.
Yes.
That's the thing with every career woman.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Girls, y'all listen, I want y'all to know we have not stopped talking
Not
since
at
y'all
all.
been gone. This subject has got us all on fire. We're gonna start off with what you were saying, love, and then we'll go back to myself and then Venus, and we'll wrap it up at the end. But y'all, this is a good subject. Make sure y'all chime in too. We'll get y'all in
share
too.
this.
Share this, y'all.
Please.
Share this. Some good tea. Some good
Please.
tea. Now, what's your what you want to say about this man situation?
So, you know what? I just wanted to piggyback off what you were saying. It is so lonely. It is so lonely. And I think that what happens as women when we're going through that being lonely, it feels like there's something wrong with us. You start to question, why can't
that's
I am
powerful.
educated. I look good. I'm a good person. I have a great job. Why am I by myself? So it starts to feel like a defect after a while. And I think that causes us to just want to be in relationships, and maybe, like you said, a Nicki Minaj type of situation, if that is a situation, it may cause you to accept less, to settle, to just jump on the first train that's running so you can have somebody as opposed to being by yourself. Not because you really have a problem with being alone, but because you have a problem with how you feel about yourself because you're alone. So I think that's a huge, huge part of it. But I will say, another thing that I wanted to comment on that you said earlier, and I thought it was great, is she might have been looking for love in all the wrong places. And I definitely have a story to share with you about that.
Okay.
So in my dating experience, and this kind of, we're going to take this back to this whole sex offender thing. I was at church waiting for a friend of mine. A friend of mine invited me to go to church with her, and I was at church. She was running late. So I was waiting in the foyer, and a gentleman approached me, very handsome, very, very well put together, and just started a conversation with me and said, would you like to go out? I said, sure, have lunch, whatever. I met him. A couple weeks later, we went out, had a great time. It was a wonderful date.
Okay.
So after that date was over, I was talking to somebody else about him, and this person that I was talking to said, did you check on this person? Did you do any kind of, did you Google search? Did you do any kind of information, social media, anything to find out something about this person? I said, well, no, because, I'm kind of old school. Before we had all this kind of stuff, you get to know people the old fashioned way. So I was like, no, I felt like somehow to me that felt like a violation, So I was like, no, of course I didn't do that. And this person was very insistent. Well, you should, you really should. You should do that with anybody you meet. And I said, well, okay, I thought about it. So I finally decided to look this person up. Turns out that this person actually had a court case pending. A court case pending for a rape.
Wow. No, sis.
For a rape. And the case, I don't want to get into many details because I don't want to say too much, but it was a pending case, and the circumstances surrounding the rape were horrendous. Were absolutely horrendous. And I had sat down with this person, had a lovely date. Lovely date. No idea.
And he made you comfortable.
And so and the reason I say that is because when we talk about, sex offenders, I don't know what Nikki knew before she met this man. I don't know what she knew after, but I know I have not made it a practice of mine to go and check the sex offender registry to find out if this person I just met is on it.
Okay.
I haven't done that. So sometimes you find these things out after you've already, you already got a whole leg in here. You got a whole 2 legs in this pool. So when we're talking about that, what are the choices that people are making? Well, did they have all the information that they needed in the first place to make that decision? Would you date a sex offender? If I knew up front, probably not. Yeah. If I'm already in it, now I'm in it, we've been in here, we're doing our thing, everything seems copacetic, okay. So there's a lot that goes into that, but I just want to say, those wrong places, I was at church.
Can be at church. It's kind of crazy because
it looks like the right places.
I know the truth. If I found out he was a sex offender, I wouldn't date him. I don't care how much I was in love.
With me having girls.
Yeah, me too. That's what I was just going to say. I would not date him. I remember, I have this thing about drugs. Saying, cocaine is a prominent thing in the money world. Mm-hmm. It's just like you smoke a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? And I've met guys that, they think I'm cool because I'm cool. And they, and I be like, oh, okay, I'll see you later. Because I know where that road leads. I don't care how much money you got, how much wealth you got. And, that's something that really gets to me when I see people doing that. So I guess I used to think I was choicy, but I'm going to acknowledge something, Venus. Thank you. Because like you said about the mind, but thank you, because I know it's okay if I'm with myself. I don't call it being by myself, but it's okay if I'm with myself, because if God has somebody for me, I'll be with that person. But if he doesn't, then I'll be with myself, and that's so. You know what I mean?
And see, my thing with women, we allow men to set standards. We allow men to date us in private. They love us in private, but they be what they want to be in public. See, a woman to sit back and they'll play their role, as they call it. I ain't finna let nobody embarrass me. That's the thing. And it's not about being loud. It's not about being ghetto. It's not about trying to be seen. It's about knowing your worth. And the thing about it, so many women do not know their worth because we settle so quickly. We don't do our research. You are so much worth more than what you're settling for. And people make it seem like it's a problem. Well, I have people tell me all the time, well, you gonna be by yourself because everybody ain't gonna be like Eric, which was my husband that's passed away. Well, everybody, guess what? He ain't got to be Eric, but he gonna have some values that Eric got. He gonna believe in going to work. He gonna believe in paying bills. Then you got a lot of women who like as they say, the cleanup woman. They like to get that man and he ain't gonna do me like this because see, I'm me and she her. If a man cheat on you,
he gonna cheat on you.
Why he cheat with you, he's gonna cheat on you. And the thing about it, if you accept that, if you accept multiple relationships and he's with multiple partners, and he's doing multiple things, and he's showing you all these signs of the things that you don't want. And then when you find out something like he's a sex offender, ain't nobody just gonna tell you, oh yeah, I'm a rapist. That's what I do.
Me and my cousin. Yeah. Me and my cousin.
I tie people up on the weekend.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a rapist, and you go to sleep, I must take your wallet. Y'all remember Waiting to Exhale? Yeah. How Robin took the man home from the grocery store?
Yes.
She couldn't find a wallet when she woke up. She called Bernadine. Girl, I can't find my wallet. That's what's happening to some of y'all.
Wait a minute.
Because we're settling for less.
Yes.
And as a woman, we have become so weak. The black woman used to be so strong.
We're still strong now. Now hold it down. Now we're strong.
Relationships.
So relationships because the world is telling us
and social
that
media
we're bad.
worse.
They make us tell us that.
Social media. Y'all think y'all got to be in these. Y'all are not these people on social media. These people are getting paid and scripted to say some of this stuff. You do not have to settle to be in 3-4 different relationships.
At one
if
time.
Somebody really love you, they're going to give you that love. They're going to give you that support. If a man really wants you, I'm tell you something, a man values a good woman. A real man values a good woman. If you cook and you clean, and guess what? He don't want that. He's beneath you. Because a real man gonna know what a real woman brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? Those core values, women, don't stop changing who you are. Don't stop cooking. Don't stop cleaning. Don't stop fixing yourself up. Don't stop saying no to sex. Because guess what? When y'all get sex, y'all forget about everything else. But he look good. He could have choked you to death in the bed, Lord. But he fine. Look at his eyes. Y'all gotta stop being mesmerized with material things, with money, with looks. Because guess what? You can bring somebody into your home that'll be your last ride.
Wait a minute, I just thought about that.
And that sex offender thing is
I got
serious.
a friend. She's gone now. Her daughters and stuff was just like, my daughter's around the same age. She got with a guy, got in a little motorcycle crew, and she got pregnant, and he started beating on her, and nobody knew. She got drunk and ran in the motorcycle, ran into a pole. And died and left her children. Venus is not lying. That's out
like
there.
everything. It looks so good when you with somebody. Then we got to.
So how we gonna turn this positive though? We got to turn this positive. We cannot leave people like this.
But we got to realize that we are dealing with some damaged
I want to talk about that evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, we're dealing with some damaged people, y'all. Y'all got to realize men need help too.
Okay, come on. Let's see what she got to say.
Go ahead, girl. Take it on out.
Just like you said, that damage is important because you said it's important to evolve. And being lonely, being alone, I should say, gives you plenty of opportunity to get to know yourself, to figure out what you like, what you don't like, what works, what didn't work, what were the mistakes that I made, what was my contribution. That's what it does. So when we are alone, when we're in those times feeling like, when is this person coming, we need to just be at a peace about it, because we're still evolving, we're still growing, we're still changing. So that time for us is so critical to who we're going to be. And what I say, I like what you said, you pray to God about your husband, your future man. And you know what, I truly, truly believe in my heart, and I pray this when I do. I say, God, I know that right now you are perfecting that man for me, but just like you are perfecting him for me, you are perfecting me for him.
Exactly.
Amen.
I know that this is a process. So we as women, really all of us, black men, black women, we all need to be on a constant mission to evolve, to get better, to grow, to find out who we are, and to get in touch with those things that we do not want to settle for. We need to build up the barrier, the strength to stand up for those, because a lot of us have been beaten up, whether that is emotionally beat up or physically beat up.
And
we have been through some things,
it's what a lot
and
of
we
women
need
are
to
dealing with.
grow and progress and get past that, because otherwise we're either A, going to find ourselves back in the same situations again, or B, the right person's going to come along and we're going to dismiss it and mess it all up because we're still carrying them bags.
Listen,
we got all this excess baggage coming along with us.
All this. Remember this part, y'all.
What part?
A man who finds a wife
Find it a good thing.
So y'all got to let nature take its course too. Now some of y'all jumping the gun
and try, because now they offering people to marry them.
I ain't getting no niggas with nobody.
So I'm gonna say this. This is something that came across my spirit when you were talking. A lot of our men our age are in jail. A lot of them.
Unfortunately.
There was a lot of incarceration during that time, so a lot of them are gone. But y'all, God does not leave a space that's not for naught, right? So what I'm going to say and just challenge all of us during this time, let's take something from Venus as well as for Latanya, sorry, I apologize. From Venus and Tanya. Venus, do your homework. She said, make sure you know who you with, what you with, love yourself.
Check his credit score, baby.
Check his score. She also said, make sure you don't settle, and make sure you stay a beautiful woman, because a real man knows a real woman. And then this beautiful young lady said, and during that time, take time to heal thyself.
Yes.
Listen, y'all, there's a book by Yana Van Zant called In the Meantime. Read that. That book is so good because it literally talks about being in the meantime while you're awaiting your mate, things you need to do to clean up your house. She takes it from the concept of the attic all the way down to the basement, which is your consciousness. So guys, I challenge you women, if you are in a situation where you haven't had a man, don't have a husband, love thyself, be true to thyself, grow thyself, and be aware that you are worthy, Venus.
It's
right.
Yes.
You're
Know your
worthy.
worth.
Know your worth. And what else, baby?
And don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid to take the time to figure out who you are, what you're about. Try some new things. Do some things that you've never done before. Have some new experiences. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Don't be afraid to walk into a situation that may not be the best situation. Take it as a learning opportunity and grow. Allow yourself to grow. Welcome the opportunity to grow and get stronger, get better, get more right within yourself, and then you'll have no problem being right with somebody when he comes along. He's out there. He's coming. He's coming.
And I'm going to end with this. Tyler Perry, when he was being Medea, he said, you ask God to get you to this destination. And God got you in the destination, but he didn't tell you about the stoplight, the stop sign, the detour, and all those things that go in the process. Stay on your path and trust in God. You guys do that even with the corona thing and all the other situations that's going on. Trust God, be the best you can be, and Talk Show Divas love you, and thank you so much for joining us. Y'all have a good night. Like and share. Be blessed.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Hi, I'm Harry Lennox.
Bye. Hi, I'm Michael Kyle, your funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.